Hello everybody. This is the fifth lecture in my series of lecturing on ANOVA. In my earlier videos, I have addressed basics of ANOVA and I have encountered all aspects of one-way ANOVA. And in this lecture, I will address two-way ANOVA. In the two-way ANOVA, I will specifically focus on one observation per cell. So which means two-factor analysis of variance I will consider in this case. Friends, if you want to know how to test the hypothesis, you can find the lectures on hypothesis testing in my description box. Also, there are videos on data entering and analysis of one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA in SPSS softwares also available in the description box. So please do subscribe to my Vision Academy. So now let us encounter the outline of this lecture. In this lecture, I will address meaning of two-way ANOVA and example for two-way ANOVA, and also I will explain basic model of two-way ANOVA and assumption attached with two-way ANOVA and steps to be followed for calculating two-way ANOVA problem, and finally ended with table. So we'll explain how to form a table for two-way ANOVA. Then let us tackle one by one. So firstly let us see the meaning of two-way ANOVA. Sometimes we have to encounter with more than one categorical data or categorical or predictor or independent data that are variable at different levels and continuous response variable. So then this is called two-way classification. Since in two-way ANOVA we dealt with variance, so this kind of situation we can call as two-way analysis of variance. Since we are dealing with more than one categorical predictor variable or independent variable. So let's have an example for this. So in this example we have two categorical, that is an independent variable, whether it is a predictor variable also. So one is categorical variable salinity. This column is categorical variable salinity, and in this row is temperature is another categorical predictor variables. So here we have two variables under study. One is categorical variable salinity and temperature. Since we have two predictor variables, so we can consider this under two-way analysis of variance. In that too, one observation per cell. So in this two categorical variable data, we have only one observation per cell. So for 60° Fahrenheit there is a 3, that's only one observation cell, and each and every category we have only one observation per cell. Since we are dealing with two predictor value, this is the case under which we have to consider that's a two-way analysis of variance. So then let us move further. So just observe this picture. This is a two-way ANOVA model with one observation per cell. So two-way ANOVA, you can understand what is two-way ANOVA in this picture only. So when we consider two predictor variable, that is predictor variable 1 and predictor variable 2. This is 1, this is 2. When we consider two predictor variable with too many response variable. So this is what called two-way analysis of variance with one observation per cell. Then let us focus on what our model of two-way analysis of variance. So this is a model Yij is equal to mu plus alpha I plus beta j plus Eij. This is the model for two-way ANOVA. So I will explain this with an example. Here again I have considered a last example of categorical variable salinity and temperature. Since we have two categorical variable in this case, we have to consider this. So I will show you how to enter data into this model from this two-way analysis of variable. For that I have taken this example. So in this case, Yij is the yield corresponding to the ith temperature and jth salinity. So the Yij is a whole result of ith temperature. Ith temperature indicates this value and jth salinity. So the complete result of ith temperature and j salinity which means the complete result of two factors is Yij. And here mu is the general mean, that mu indicates a general mean in this case, in this model, and alpha I is the effect due to ith temperature. So ai, which means alpha I, we can take it for one predictor variable, that's a temperature. That is what I have to telling you. Alpha I is the effect due to ith temperature, and beta j is the effect due to jth salinity, which means beta is another predictor categorical variable, that is salinity. And Eij must follows the normal distribution, that both variables are equal to 0. So this is the what model built on. Finally we have to tally the Yij is equal to these three, mu plus alpha I plus beta j plus Eij. So then let us understand some of the assumptions of two-way ANOVA. Some of the assumptions are also equal to one-way ANOVA but with slight variation. So the first assumption is all the observation that Yij are independent. In the model we saw that Yij is equal to mu plus alpha I, something like that model we got to know that Yij, all the observations of Yij must be independent, which means both predictor value must be independent in the case of if you want to deal with two-way ANOVA. And one more assumption is we consider different effects in the two-way ANOVA. Those different effects are additive in nature. It may be include effects of levels of factor A, effects of levels of factor B, and error also. Those things are additive. So which means which must be added at the end. So one more assumption is since we are dealing with two-way ANOVA, so which means we have to consider two factor into the study. So there is no interaction between levels of factor A and the levels of factor B. So two independent variable we have considered, those two independent variables have no interaction within or between them. Within A factor, within B factor, there will be interaction, but between levels of factor A and levels of factor B, there must not be no interaction. So since we are dealing with parametric test, so one more assumption is the data must be normally distributed. So Eij are independently and identically distributed normally. So these are some of the assumptions of two-way ANOVA. After encountering two-way ANOVA assumption, let us go for steps how to calculate two-way analysis of variance problem. So before this, if you watched my earlier videos on one-way ANOVA, you might have been come to some of the conceptual idea on how to carry out the calculation. So most of the time it is similar, but since we are considering here two factors, two independent variable, there is a slight variation. Some of the steps remain same and some of the steps need to understand. So first one is set up null and alternative hypothesis for both predictor variable. In two-way ANOVA we have two predictor variable, so for both predictor variable we have to formulate null and alternative hypothesis. If you want to learn how to formulate null and alternative hypothesis, please see my description box, there is a video on formulation of hypothesis. So after this we have to make a grand total of the given observation. So add all together, add each cell and add all the cell total value, then we will get a sum of the data, sum of the all the data. And finally you need to find the n, which means number of observation in the given matrix. So after that correction factor, you know that we have already found out G, that's a grand total. Just multiply G itself and divided by the number of observation in the fourth step. So after this we have to calculate raw sum of square. So this is a formula for finding raw sum of square. So here summation of P and Q, we need to understand what is P and Q here. So P is a level of factors A and Q is a level of factors Q, which means P is a normally in this case is a degree of freedom and Q is also degree of freedom. P degree of freedom relates to predictor A and Q degree of freedom relates to predictor B. So summation P I equals to 1, summation Q I j is equal to 1 y I j square. So this is a formula for calculating raw sum of square. I don't elaborate this formula because from the table, after preparing table from table directly I will take data. So no need to worry about this table. After finding a raw sum of square, the sixth step is TSS, RSS, TSS, same thing as in one-way ANOVA. For TSS, again raw sum of square minus correction factor, we will get TSS. So in one-way ANOVA, we were calculating SST, that's a sum of square due to treatment. But here we will calculate SSA. SSA means sum of square due to factor A and sum of square due to factor B. So formula for SSA and SSB, that's a sum of square due to factor A and factor B. Q summation P I is equal to 1 y bar I minus y bar whole to the power of 2. So for SSP also same formula we need to carry out with a slight difference. Since we are dealing with SSP, we have to take Q here in this case, and here P, and here J, and here J. So this is the formula for calculating SSP and SSA. So after finding sum of square due to factor A and due to factor B, we need to proceed further, that SSE. So sum of square due to errors. This is same thing as we calculated in one-way ANOVA. Since in one-way ANOVA we had only one factor, we were subtracting TSS minus SST. But here we have SSA and SSB. So from TSS we need to subtract SSB and SSA. So then we will get sum of square due to errors. So after this we have to calculate mean sum of square due to factor A, mean sum of square due to factors B. For mean sum of square due to factor A, SSA by degree of freedom of SSA, and for mean sum of square due to factor B, SSB divided by degree of freedom. And after that, as we know, we need to calculate MSSE. For MSSE, we will consider SSE divided by degree of freedom. And for F ratio also same formula will carry out. That here we need to find 2F ratio, because we have two predictor value in this case. In the case of ANOVA, we had only one predictor value, so we had only one F ratio. Now we have to find 2F ratio, that for level of factor A and for level of factor B. So for level of factor A, F ratio for level of factor A is MSSA divided by MSSE. If you want to know the level of factor A, you need to consider MSSA, and if you want to know the level of factor B, you need to consider MSSB, but it will be divided by same thing as MSSE. So after calculating this, we need to look the table value for using degree of freedom for each level of factor A and level of factor B, and at the end we need to take a decision for both level of factor A and level of factor B. So these are the very important steps you need to consider, you need to come across while you are calculating one-way analysis of variance. But in two-way analysis of variance, some of the steps are added, say due to we are considering two predictor factor in this case. So these steps are very important for calculating two-way analysis of variance. So then let us have a familiarity between with the table of two-way ANOVA. So this is an ANOVA table for two-way classified data with one observation per cell. That's very important. So firstly, you need to better be familiar with one-way ANOVA. Then we can make a slight change with one-way ANOVA in this case. The formation of table is similar to one-way ANOVA, but there is one more row is added in two-way ANOVA, because in one-way ANOVA we had only one predictor value, but in this two-way ANOVA we have two predictor value. So for this purpose, one additional row is added. Okay, except that all the tables are same. Firstly, we know that sources of variance, thus a variation, and degree of freedom, and sum of square, and mean sum of square, finally F ratio. So this is the case of row side, and in the in this column we know that we had between treatment in one way ANOVA. In this case between the levels A, and here between the levels B. So level of factor A, level of factor B, and finally error, and we will have a total. So I told you P degree of freedom relates to level of factor A, and Q is a level of factor B, and error will be P minus 1, Q minus 1, which must be multiplied. And here in the total PQ minus 1. And this is the formula for SSA. Since in this particulars we have to consider only sum of squares, we have to consider SSA sum of square due to level of factor A, sum of square due to level of factor B, and sum of square due to errors, and total sum of square. All the sum of square we need to consider in this column only. So here in the mean sum of square we have mean sum of square of level of factor A. The formula you know that SSA divided by P minus 1, and MSSP mean sum of square the factor level of B, and MSSE. So MSSE SSE divided by P minus 1 Q minus 1. So you need to be very careful here. The degree of freedom relating to level of factor A is carried here, and the degree of freedom relates to level of B is carried here for MSSP, and the degree of freedom related to error is carried here in the MSSE. So in the finally variance F ratio, we need to calculate F ratio, that F is equal to MSSA by MSSE and MSSB, and F divided by MSSE. So these things are very important for calculating two-way analysis of variance. I will upload another two videos lecture on two-way analysis of variance. In that I will solve two different types of problems. So this is the reference material for my video. You can go through this for detailed in-depth study. So thank you so much friends for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my Vision Academy YouTube channel. Here you can find hundreds of videos only on statistics.